To think that Tyranids are mindless beasts is a grave mistake. When you fight Tyranids, you face not only those before you on the battlefield, but the untold thousands which seek to surround you, which attack your supporting units, and destroy your supply lines in perfect synchronicity. These aliens have shown evidence of both tactics and strategy that speaks of a far worse threat than that posed by a mere beast.
Marnius Calgar, Chapter Master of the Ultramarines. I will open up by saying here's a card on the screen referring you to the tutorial that I used to airbrush speed paint these Tyranids. I'm pretty sure the only place I used an actual brush was to do the teeth and the tongues. Everything else was airbrushed and there was no edge highlighting done. I did use a satin varnish on this instead of matte. I know in the video it looks a little bit glossy. It's not quite that intense in real life, but it does give them a nice oily, buggy sort of look. It was a risk. I'm not going to do it again, but I am really happy with how this particular army came out. This is just another one of my house armies for when I have folks over that don't own armies. And unlike most of my other armies, there are no rescue models in here. I bought all of these new in box. So I think this is my only army that's truly built from the ground up by myself. The following are the words of Inquisitor Bronislaw Sevek at the Conclave of Har.
There is a cancer eating at the Imperium. With each decade it advances deeper, leaving drained, dead worlds in its wake. This horror, this abomination, has thought and purpose which functions on an unimaginable galactic scale, and all we can do is try to stop the swarms of bioengineered monsters it unleashes upon us by instinct. We have given the horror a name to salve our fears. We call it the Tyranid race, but if it is aware of us at all, it must know us only as prey.
I like Tyranids aesthetically. I'm not a big fan of them in gameplay terms, but they look awesome, and I find their lore to be the most intriguing since they're not native to this galaxy. Along with the Necrons, they are among the biggest wildcards in the entire story, at least in my view. And the idea that there are tendrils of them in space that are the size of solar systems is just epic, like everything else in this setting. On one hand, I kind of do hope that we learn their origin story, and on the other hand, I don't want to know it. Kind of like the two lost Primarchs. And coming up here is my Hive Tyrant. This is the first model I painted in this army. It was used to experiment with my colors and techniques before I started mass production on all the smaller infantry. And he is an imposing general, to be sure. You know what? I say embrace the inevitable. These things are probably going to win over everybody in the end. So just give in. Become a part of the Hive fleet, and spare yourself the agony of a continued existence in which the galaxy is under constant threat of invasion by the Tyranids. Thanks for checking out my army. I've got other parades on my channel too, in case you're interested. I'm Wylock, make things and play games.